There are many different types of stem cells and the research that goes along with it. Today I'm going to talk about stem cell research, but more specifically what human stem cells and the research that goes along with it. I'm going to talk about what stem cells are, how they are harvested from the body, and the pros and cons that are associated with them. So let's take a brief look at what stem cells are. Stem cells are cells that are found in most multicellular organisms, like humans. These cells show characteristics in the ability to renew themselves through cell division. These stem cells are developed by female eggs that are fertilized by sperm. The fertilization process usually takes about 4 to 5 days. So since we have a brief background on what stem cells are, let's go on to talk about how stem cells are harvested through the body. There are many different ways you can harvest stem cells through the body. One is through cord blood. Cord blood is the blood that is in the umbilical cord and that is present right after a baby is born. The blood is withdrawn and stored into a refrigerator and kept for a later time. Another way to collect stem cells is through in vitro fertilization. In fetal fertilization, or IVF, produces the largest amount of embryos out there. These embryos are held for a period of time until they are either thrown away or they are expired. Another way, but the most traditional way, that you can harvest stem cells is through the aborted fetus. When a woman elects to have an abortion, it usually occurs between the 5th and the 9th week of the pregnancy. During this time, when the fetus is aborted, the scientists and researchers can go in and extract the stem cells from the aborted fetus and collect it and use it for later on for more information. Though scientists have recently discovered that amniotic fluid carries stem cells as well. Amniotic fluid is the fluid that is surrounding the infant during the pregnancy. At this time, researchers are unaware of all the information regarding the stem cells that are found in the amniotic fluid. They are currently working to develop more information regarding this. So since we have a brief history or knowledge on how stem cells are harvested, let's go on and talk about the pros and cons. There are many different pros and cons associated with stem cells research. A lot of it is due to the controversy that we see. Now, the two biggest controversial topics about stem cells are, one, how stem cells are harvested from the body, and two, what the stem cells are used for. So let's take a look at the controversy associated with the stem cells, and let's break it down into the pros and cons of what they can be used for. The pros for stem cell researches are the fact that we're finding ourselves closer to curing diseases or medical problems, for example, like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, heart disease, birth defects, leukemia, and diabetes. Right now, using stem cells to cure these diseases, stem cells are only allowed to be used for leukemia at this time, for the treatment of leukemia. Some of the other pros for stem cells are that the fact that they can try to grow a limb or organs inside of a lab until they are ready to be either transplanted back into the body or attached to the body to help an individual out. Another pro for a stem cell is that that they can also give a social or economical benefit to some individuals in society. So we have a little bit of pros for stem cell research. Let's go over and talk about the cons. The biggest con for stem cell research is the fact about the pro-life debate. Now, the pro-life debate is the argument about when life begins. A lot of people believe that life begins at the moment of conception, so when the cell is about 4 to 5 days old, when it would be harvested. With these debates about the pro-life debate and everything, that they want to know of, when does life begin? But the question is when does life begin? Does it begin when it's 4 to 5 days of age in utero, or does it begin later on in life when there's an actual heartbeat? These are the things that we have to look at. Another con for stem cell research is, what are the risks? No one knows what the risks are for the future. No one knows what can happen, like if you have a stem cell that are harvested now and implanted into your body. They don't know what's going to happen to you in the future. They don't know if you're going to have abnormal tumors or acquire another medical problem because of it. So right now, the information is not known on what can happen to you. The other thing is not all stem cells are able to be used for all diseases and everything. So they're not suitable for all the ailments, and unfortunately, that's not, that's not good for somebody who might have a lesser known disease or so on. So with the pros and cons that I gave you, you can see that there's a lot of information out there about stem cells and the research that goes along with it. There are many different types of controversies and about it, whether about the pro-life debate or not. For you to believe in stem cell research, you would have to sit there and weigh the pros and cons, and do you really believe in this, or do you want to believe in this? Stem cell research is out there. It can help us out in curing many different diseases and illness. You have to make the decision on what you want to believe in. The technology that they are looking for new technology to create stem cells from artificial ways, but unfortunately the technology is not there and we don't have it at this time. But we do have the research and the technology about the stem cells right now, and it can help cure your family or my family through not being able to suffer through a long, drawn-out disease process. And I appreciate your time and listening to my speech. Thank you.